Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here. Welcome back to another Wednesday live stream. Apologies for the countdown, the way it worked out. A few technical errors, but we are here now, thankfully. We are in a few sound issues as well, issues from everywhere today. I get some popping and crackling, so let me know if the sound's alright. Let me know if everything's working out. And any issues, we'll try and resolve them. We've tried updating OBS. I've updated a couple other things as well. There's been updates that I've tried to sort of update. I've put it off, and then midweek last week, I thought I'd update them all. Hence the Sunday stream, along with a couple of other things. So apologies for last Sunday not streaming. We've updated it all. We've got it all working, and then as we've gone live today, yes, things started to break as things started to go wrong. But hey, as we said in the chat, it's not a live stream if things don't go wrong. So, but thankfully we're here. So yes, as the thumbnail suggests, we're going to be talking about the new meta. And I have touched about this before, but I'm going to go into real depth about it and talk a bit more about some of the bots. And I can see some people putting some ideas in the chat. And there is some other bots, they're not just the bots that are in the thumbnail. There is other bots you can consider. But I'm sure by the thumbnail you can see where I'm going with this, and and the reasoning for it. I'm going to talk about a few other bots as well, and that might give you a bit of an insight into why I've changed my mind on a few things that a while back I said I would not touch a bot ever. I would never go near him. And then lately I've changed my mind a bit, and there's a reason behind that as well, and we'll talk about that as well. We're obviously going to go through the newsletter, talk about the event. The event has changed slightly this weekend. We'll talk a bit about that as well, and talk a bit about the new combat. The new combat was due out this weekend, but it's not coming out this weekend now. We'll talk a bit about that as well and why, and then yeah, we'll talk about that. So let's say a few hellos, see who we've got in the chat. So Stay Puffed was first. How's it going? Sorry, SG Soundwave. SG Soundwave, congratulations in being second, not first. We've got Grind Time. A big shout out to members as well. Everyone that's become a member. And we are doing a giveaway end of this month for a $30 gift card. Our first winner was Righteous, who won the gift card. So we're going to do the same again. We're going to do another competition for another gift card. So if you are not a platinum member and you want to be in with a chance of winning a $30 gift card in time for leaderboard weekend, then hit it up, become a platinum member. If not, it's all good. We have lower members you can be as well, and you get some cool little things like the emojis and the cool little symbols that are next to your name. Little things like that as well, just for supporting me as a thank you. We do giveaways as well and things like that. So yeah, if you want to be a member, then yeah, why not? We've also got the Crusher 11, one of our mods. How's it going? We've got Jason Rowley. We've got William Wilkinson, Barricos Lazaro. How's it going? Aaron Blackaby. How's it going? We've got Loki, Autobot Phil, Lord Avix X40, Chris Harmon. How's it going? And Christopher Lewis, another one of our members. Action Whale, how's it going? Nice artwork last week as well. Bit of a shout out. Kerbo, no, Nose Cone is not going to be meta anytime soon. Anyway, we'll talk a bit about that as well. John Eric Solern, I presume that's Dutch. I can never pronounce very good Dutch names, but yeah. Welcome to the stream. Wolverine, one of our members, welcome. Shaxi, one of our mods. We've got Shani523, Silverbot94, one of our mods. Tech9 Omega, sorry, how's it going? And Timda, and I think that is everyone. Oh, and a big shout out to Grind Time that has bought a t-shirt. Some of my merch. So yeah, thank you, Grind Time, and he's bought the 300 t-shirt. And a big shout out as well to Brad Channing, who has donated to the stream as well. Don't forget, guys, if you donate to the stream, then you get a bit of a shout out and some cool little emotes come up. And don't forget, you could buy Sunstreaker Wozza merch as well. So thank you to everyone that's donated, and and even bought some merch. Cheers, Brad. Thanks for tuning in, bud. So let's have a look at the newsletter. So, welcome to week 3 of the saga, and this weekend's event is called Space Invaders. Now, I've been going pretty easy in the last two events, and yeah, it's a huge event, really good event. Tech9 said it's a little bit scratchy. Does the sound okay? Can you hear it all right? I can have a look at the sound. If not, if the sound's alright for everyone else, then maybe it's just Tech9. I don't know. But if it's the same for everyone else and a bit scratchy, then I can take a look at it. I think everything's alright my end in terms of performance-wise. I think. But yeah, let me know if the sound's quite poor, guys. So this weekend's event, I've been saving for all my, Lagoon leveling 4. It's a Super XP month. You know, we normally sit here saying it's Super XP weekend, it's Triple XP, chill out this weekend, go for it. But it's Super XP every single week. So, you know, you're spoiled for choice. But it is an individual event this weekend. So it's a total event score of 36,000 points. And a decent event. 36k is slightly out of stretch, I think, for free to play, unless you're battling a very high zone, which I don't think free to play can. I don't think free to play can battle in zone 15 continuously, and that's the only way I think you can get over 32, 33k. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, 36k is quite high. But you know, a small little battle bundle should get you over the edge. Personally, I'm gonna Lagoon level. I've got the weekend off work, so yeah, gonna do some Lagoon leveling. Not getting good sound. It's cutting on and off. Let's have a look. The sound is alright. My end is looking like audio headset. It's all plugged in. We're not having any drop frames, really. We'll disable that. Is that any better? Let me know if that's any better. I mean, looking at my end, it's showing that it's going through straight. I don't know. Someone's put it's just his accent. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Sounds okay for Brad Channing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I can see the sound levels my end. It's saying it's pretty good. So yeah. It's workable but crispy. Let me have a look at the advanced properties. Du, 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 du. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I've like I said, because I've updated it. I think the filter's coming off. Give me a second. Okay. Hopefully that is a bit better. Because I've updated OBS, it sort of cleared everything and sort of started again. So I think my background noise suppression was off. So I think that's been fixed now. But yeah, thanks for letting me know. I think that should be better now. Thank you, SG Soundwave, as well, for super chatting as well. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. Sorry, it was like I said, we've had to reset OBS, update it, and yeah, it starts a bit better, I think. Okay, so yes, this weekend, not only is it a good weekend for leveling your bot, things like that, 7,500 Prime Core shards. So if you haven't got any Prime Cores missing, then yeah, I would recommend that you definitely go all out this weekend, and you can get any Prime Cores that you're missing. We've got 75 total shard crystals, which we'll talk about in a minute, which is another super cool thing to go for. 25 premium combat chips, 25 million alloy and energon, and 250,000 spark. It's the usual battle zones and 25 prestiges, and you can see there that So yeah, prime core shards even, 100 at three sort of intervals, and 1,450 points per prestige. And each total shard crystal contains 25% chance of premium shards, 3-star shards, 4-star shards, and even 5-star shards at 25. So I worked out around 600 5-star shards you should get from the event. I think it was when I first seen the newsletter. So decent event. It won't get me a 5-star anytime soon. I'm not buying as many bundles recently. I'm not going to lie. The bundles are not bad, but need to be improved, which I've talked about in the past. But we are talking with Space Saver how to improve the bundles. I just think you need to be that bit extra. But again, we could talk about that later as well. But yeah, so really good event for Prime Core Shards, really good event for 5-star Shards, really good for XP. So I would recommend everyone to go all out this event and then maybe save for the Dual Weekend. But yes, a very, very good event. And then a massively welcomed change is to Chromia and Felbat. There's a timer on the tower now. There's been a few instances where I have been in a war and I thought, right, okay, I'm going to play through the base and then when I get to Felbat or Chromia, I'm just going to take the tower out with Jetfire. And then because there's outpost bots in there and whatever else, maybe Combiner, you can't see the tower and you don't want to aim for something and hit something that is going to waste ability points. So this timer, not only is it good because it gives you an idea on how long your bots are going to be stunned for, but it's a bit of an indicator on where the tower is on the map. So, you know, it's a double whammy really. So I'm super pleased with this edition, really pleased. I'm glad they're adding things like this in the game, but I think they also need to work on some bugs as well. There's some serious bugs in the game at the minute. We talked about in playtest about red heat being so poor, sound barrier. We were expecting a fix for this at some point soon, but we've been told this week that sadly that's not happening. So the nose cone buff has been put on the back burner. The sound barrier buff has been put on the back burner. Any sort of fix to any bugs has been put back a bit, sadly, because of the content release of Titans, which again we'll talk about that in a bit as well. And thanks to Tex for putting these images in and sending the images in. Cool guy that we all those that are in the help chats and content creators, play testers chats will know Tex quite well. Very knowledgeable guy. There's been an update to how we can request support. From what I can see, it's just a support portal where you can go in there and have some sort of like regular ask questions. It looks like maybe, but I don't think anything else has changed really there. Yes, and game inaccuracies. So in terms of things that aren't written correctly in the wiki, I think, or in the game, and things like that, you can send that to Space Ape, and then they will get it fixed. In terms of game fixes, the Omega Supreme and Overlord 5-star part still isn't in the store. Yes, it's not changing. It's still going to be 15,000 5-star shards. Sadly, that's not going to change. I think it should have been reduced personally, but hey. But yes, that's still going to be there, but I think they're just working out how to actually put it in, really. In terms of wars, yes, we are still leveling, still balancing the new war effects for hard mode. It's taking longer than we thought, but we still should finish on time, hopefully, I think. It's just a few problems. I mean, we've talked in the past about combiners having added health. So in combiner outposts, combiners have 50% health. So I said, why don't we double that and make it 100% of their health, whatever health they have in the outpost? And we tested that. But then all of a sudden they had 200% health. So not 200% of what health they have in the outpost, which is 100% of their normal health. So Omega Supreme has 35k health, say, at max rough level, in an outpost. So full health would be 70,000 health. But from some sort of weird bug, instead of 70,000 health, which is 100% of their normal, he got 140k health. So it was pretty ridiculous. So we've had to sort of scale that back a bit and sort of maybe level it a bit and balance it. Or looking at what level we think that combiners should be. Because I've always said that combiners should be hard to play against and should be quite difficult. even more than what they are now. And so that's what we're looking at for hard mode, but we've still got to balance that. But I think all the effects, 1, 2, and 3 are done, ready to go pretty much. We just got to tweak a bit of it, tweak a few statistics, a few settings, and then we're good to go. Bundle this weekend is Optimal Optimus and T2 Megatron. Not the best bots, I'll be honest with you. Everyone I've spoken to since has said, it's not the best. And again, you know my stance on playtest. They need to progress the bots now. They need to progress the combats and make them better and better. But it's what it is, sadly. Don't forget, you can still claim Stan Bush's The Touch on BeatStar. If you've downloaded BeatStar, let me know. Let me know what you think of it. Tell me in the chat. Do you like it? Do you play it? Have you even downloaded it? Let me know. And then we've got Community Corner, which is a regular newsletter now. So we've got Ridgecrest, who's created these emblems out of aluminium. Pretty cool. I think a lot of people have these on their car. So yeah, pretty decent. Then we've got some flexing on someone's toys that they've got. So we've got the Ark, we've got Rodimus and Galvatron. Pretty cool. Some clever soul, honestly, like it's quite impressive that someone could even it's called Dive Bomb. This is quite impressive that someone could do this out of cardboard and actually, take the time to make this so it can transform. So that's pretty impressive, to be honest with you. I don't think I could do that. And then yes, as we said about the Saga schedule, we're in week 3 of 6. So individual totalizer with prestiges. Then we've got an Alliance Totalizer with combat premiums, only a 500k event, so pretty easy for most alliances. Then an individual Totalizer, 2,500 points, which will be a 10-point event. And then we've got the leaderboard weekend. And NJ Hoist is in the chat. If you've not seen NJ Hoist's channel, go and check it out. It's a good friend of mine, cool guy. And yeah, I said aluminium wrong. No, I didn't. You guys say it wrong. We have this banter all the time between obviously the English and Americans. Aluminum. Do you guys call it aluminum? Aluminium. Aluminium. And then we've obviously got Rat Trap and Vertebrate have been added to the 5-star combat chip. Personally, I'm not a fan, so I don't want to keep being so negative about the game because I do enjoy the game, I do like the game, but I think there needs to be some more positive reinforcement in terms of bots and combats, and I don't really rate this combat myself. It's not that great a combat, and to me, adding this combat into that batch makes me want to pull it less. But anyway, we can talk about that later as well. Okay, so let's switch to the game, and then we'll talk about the new meta. So yes, as you can see by the thumbnail, the new meta for me is all about stun. When we got the new batch of 5-stars out and we were talking about Bumblebee, everyone was sort of like, oh no, Bumblebee. And Bumblebee's been out of the meta for such a long time, but I'm finding that more and more people now are using Bumblebee because he is that good, honestly, and I can't say it enough. If I've got a 5-star and I've leveled it and it's in my war team, it must say something, and I'm not just flexing and bragging, maybe I am, but I've got a 299 average, I think it is, in Prime League, in PsyOps, and we obviously only track the top alliances, and Bumblebee's a huge part of that. He's an absolutely immense bot, and obviously we are going to progress Prime League to be even harder, hard mode anyway. And we're looking at obviously increasing DPS hugely, increasing HP. So in terms of HP, yes, stun bots are not going to do that amazing job. I mean, yes, Velbat does a bit of damage in Chromia, and Bumblebee does quite a considerable amount of damage. But with those combats that you can put behind them, like Top Shot, you can put them on Bumblebee. Let's be honest, you can put these sort of combats on them anyway. But as long as you've got that stun in your team, because what I've said for a long time is that you can add as much DPS into the game. Let's make it 300% DPS if you want. Go crazy, whatever you want. But if a defense is stunned, it's doing zero. It's doing nothing. So stun is hugely OP in the game, and I think it's getting to a point now where top players are going to really struggle at some level to deal with the DPS. So yes, I think tracks will make even more of a combat. But the problem you've got is that everyone sort of runs these cores now. Everyone runs force field disruptors because you get a decent range on them, and it protects against tracks and things like that, and it could really scupper your chances. And the fact that build bots are, becoming a huge part of the meta in terms of being increased HP and damage reduction, and so they're going to be harder to take out. So, you know, these build bots are going to be, vital in terms of base defense, which I think again is going to change around time traps to slow people down. So damage is still important, but you're going to need stun to really get through these bases. Now, obviously, we do have these lightning rod cores, but everyone is so much invested in healing cores, so invested in force field disruptors. As you can see here, that I've got a lightning rod core. I've got one at level 1. I don't really use them, to be honest with you. And yes, Sharks, the lightning rod does negate stun. But the problem is that no one uses them. And yes, it is a vicious circle. It is. So, people will start to use stun more than likely. Not yet. Maybe not next week. Maybe next month. But I think they will. I think a lot of people will chase Bumblebee. A lot of people will start using Chromia a lot more. And then people will start using lightning rod. And if they do, people will use tracks, because you got to think that right now everyone has a decent level tracks. I mean, I don't know a single person that hasn't. Have you? Has anyone in the chat not got tracks at a good level? Everyone pretty much has that I know of. And so, that is the meta. So you're going to defend against the meta. Sorry. But not everyone. Yes, everyone has Chromia, but she's a 4-star. So I know tracks is, but you're making someone put a 4-star in their team. They might still use tracks. Who knows? But Bumblebee, not everyone has a 5-star Bumblebee, and no one really levels the 4-star. I think people should. I'll be honest with you. He is that good of a bot now. I would really put him up there in the top 20 bots in the game right now, this minute. I really would. But, the meta changes. It really does. But once this changes, the thing you've got to consider there is that what's next? If you've got a counter for everything, which we sort of think there is, what's next? You can counter tracks, you can counter Bumblebee, you can counter Fellback and Chromia. Obviously, we're working at ways to sort of combat sack techniques with increasing HP so that bases are harder to get through. We're really invested in ways to combat every sort of kind of attack. But there's one kind of attack that you can defend against, really. The only way you can defend against it is really, really slow people down. And that is this guy. Now, yes, I said for a long time, I hate Hot Rod. I would never pull Hot Rod, not in a million years. Now, as a 4-star, he's okay. I wouldn't invest ability 11 in a 4-star. But once you get Hot Rod to ability 11 as a 5-star, and you can use his Blessing of the Matrix on not just himself, but another bot as well, that's incredible. You can't defend against invulnerability. And I think at ability 11, is it around 15 seconds of invulnerability? Yes, okay, you can maybe only use it so many times because it gets expensive. But blessing someone with invulnerability and it takes 0 damage is absolutely incredible. Absolutely OP. And I was talking to Dale about this, and Dale was like, I can't believe that you've got a bot in the game that makes a bot invulnerable. So they take no damage, which is crazy. And although I really dislike Hot Rod because he killed Optimus, and yes, I'm sure that NJ Hoist is in the chat, and I'm sure he'll have something to say about that. But a private joke because he disagrees. But hey, it's my stream. I'll say what I want. Hot Rod killed Optimus, and so I hate the guy for that. He ruined my childhood. But again, I don't play this game for bots that I like, or almost. Let's be honest, if we ran teams that we liked, we'd be running the likes of Ironhide with Prowl and Optimus, Bumblebee, we'd have Mirage in there, yes, Wheeljack, maybe Ratchet. You'd have all the original G1 guys, in your team. But my team, includes Rook. I never liked Rook as a kid. Defensor, yeah, but not Rook. Blaster, yes, I liked Blaster. Sea Spray was a bit of a bit part, let's be honest. Goldfire, yeah, I preferred him as Bumblebee. Cheetor, I wasn't into Beast Wars that much. Elite 1, again, was a bit of a bit part. She was good, but a bit part to the cartoons. Blades, not really part of Defensor. So, there are, bots out there that I use, and it's not because of nostalgia, it's because they are some of the best bots in the game. Plain and simple. So, if we worked off nostalgia, like I said, then I would never use Hot Rod. Let's be honest. But yeah, and that's a good point, Shark, that Rook isn't even a G1 character because he got brought in as a part of Combiner. So yeah, and that will give you a bit of a clue. So I'm in a bit of a conundrum there now. So the big conundrum is when I do get a 5-star, where do I go next? Do I go and get this absolute beast who is guaranteed, or do I keep going 5 chances at getting Hot Rod? I don't think we'll go all 5. I'm hoping not. I really don't want Sunstreaker. He's that bad. We really want Hot Rod, but am I going to wait maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pulls to get him? He is that good, honestly. When I can get someone good guaranteed. And that's the big question for me next. I was set on going Laser Optimus. I really was, until I've seen how good Hot Rod really is in Wars. And that's interesting. Because, this batch has been here, since the game began, and I've avoided it. I got my first 5-star when batch 2 came out, and got Skyburst. So I've never pulled from batch 1, as you can see. So it'd be interesting to go back to it. But, And I can see there that Bannercos has put batch 1, you'll always have a fallback for Laser Optimus. But I know I won't, because if I pull batch 1 and I don't get Hot Rod, I'm in the same conundrum again. If I pull again, don't get Hot Rod, I'm in the same conundrum again. So that conundrum keep going and going and going. Live life on the edge. So yeah, Laser Optimus is a definite, and Hot Rod's a maybe. So we'll have to have a think about that. We'll see how relevant Laser Optimus is when it comes to the new effects, and then we'll have a look there and make a informed decision. And Sharks is asked, why am I saving all my premiums? I'll be honest with you, nothing other than I don't really need it right now. I'm nowhere near a 5-star crystal, so there's no real point to open it. I've got a lot of cores, as you can see there. That's just my bot cores. So there's all things that still need upgrading, but there's no urgent need to. We've still got quite a few building cores, so we're good. And that's all silvers. That's no bronzes either. So we've got enough fusing material. We've got enough shards. We don't need it. What's the point in opening them premiums and get disappointed? Let's be honest. So yeah, and I was gonna show sort of like do a attack against my own base. I don't want to chance it in war. I don't take any chances. We're in a tracked war, so I'm not taking any chances. So I'm still gonna run this team, but what I'm gonna do is I am going to take out a 1-shot and put Chromia in. We've got Night Stalker. We won't change it. We could probably put a better combat on. But yeah, that's not too bad. And I think we're still going to go 2 healers. I think we're still going to stick with that. Blades is a possibility of dropping, maybe not. I'm thinking of putting Rhinox in just to add some more HP. Because these effects are, can be really difficult. But, excuse me. But we've got Bumblebee, we've got Chromia in there. I'm going to try and go through the base, just using hollows, using minions, and stunning. I'm going to try not to use Sea Spray, not to use Blades, and we'll go from there. We'll even try with no Combiner. Although, no, Compotron's in there, so we need a Combiner of some kind. You can't attack a base, but we'll choose Victoria on one of our lower ones. Grind time. We are against Ark Asylum. We are doing a bit of a run of trapped wars in Psyops. As people are aware, Psyops have been struggling a bit recently. So we are literally going all out. We're doing 5 trapped wars, see how we do, and then we're going to reinforce. We will be good again. Watch this space. Okay, let's go at it. SG Soundwave has put Rhinox is super good. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm thinking of putting him in as a tank. I do need a tank that I can move. I know I said I don't like rushing bots, and I don't. But I need one now because when bots do split, I have occasions where my 2 tanks have gone one way, my gunners have gone another way, and my gunners have been exposed. And so I need to address that really. So this is the new base design as well that I've made. It is interesting. If you one-shot this, it makes it a bit easier, but now with the new one-shots, not being able to one-shot, then yeah, it's slightly more difficult. So, minions down first. Let's pop that outpost. Gonna use shock tower there. Avoid Computron's hack. I just realised I'm actually even using a stunning combiner. If I can get it off. And I'm gonna use a that outpost. And then we're gonna stun these over here as well. Bit of a health bomb there. Bit of a speed up as well. Bumblebee's down. At least my base is working. Let's be honest though, I haven't used even Sea Spray once yet. Oh, because Blazer's got me off, a Trowel's gone. I'd normally be a mountain ability points here, but I'm not. Yay, finally. Let's forward. Refuse to use ability points other than Chromia and B. I refuse. And there we go. Base down. So yeah, a good reason, like I said, behind that. Just using stun. Just use Bumblebee. Yes, use a few heal bombs. I mean, hey. But yeah, just using stun. And you can see that that's the problem with Bumblebee though. He just get drawn in to the front of the pack because he's quite fast. But yeah, Sea Spray is massively overpowered as grind types, but he's crazy good. Yeah. Crystal is put into Sat's supposed to stun the entire base when she dies. Yeah, but not the things that can't be stunned, so or not MDS and not shock towers and things like that. But yeah, you know, likes of Bumblebee and likes of Chromia. Again, yes, that'll get a bit harder as DPS increases, and you can use other builds as well to do damage and take things out. But you know, you stun that, it ain't going nowhere. You know, if you use a vulnerability, that bot ain't going nowhere as well. So, yeah. If you've got Bumblebee, I suggest level him up. Go and try him out. Most people that got Chromia know how good she is, and you know I've got her pretty leveled. But use her in war rather than just in an outpost. But yeah, the new meta as well, like I said, because it's getting added HP, I'm putting all sort of stun bots and added HP in my outposts. I've gone for all my HP bots. Computron is obviously a bit difficult. People don't know how to deal with Computron right now. Everyone knows how to deal with Omega because he's quite new in Outposts. Not everyone knows how to deal with him, so it's a bit of a surprise. Some people dropping points when they come up against him. So yeah, obviously if you can avoid the hack, then it works quite well. But yeah, a really good Outpost combiner, and suggest trying try. If you've got the 4-star version anyway, try him in an Outpost. He is really really good. So as we're talking about the new combat as well and discussing that. So the new combat was brought to us just over a week ago now with the aim to bring it out this week. So when it came out, it was a minion type in a way. I don't want to give too much away, but a minion type. And basically, as soon as you dropped it, it died. It literally had like 5 HP. So we've gone to the drawing board and said, yeah, this is absolutely broken right now. We can't even test it because as soon as we put it down, it's dying. And this was on Friday, and then Fabian said, I'll take a look at it next week when I'm back at work, and then we'll get a fix on Monday, and we'll go from there. Sadly, Fabian's off sick at the minute, so I wish him well. I wish he gets better soon. But he's been off sick all this week. Originally, he was off on Monday, to be back at work on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and he's going to be off the rest of the week, it looks like. And so there's no time to basically fix the combat at all. And obviously, we can't release it the way it is. You know, releasing it in a sense of where it's absolutely broken. And so we've made the decision that we're gonna put it back a bit. We announced that, we said that to the apes that, you know, we need to put that back. We can't release it as it is. You know, it needs to be fixed. We can't release a combat that when you uh, deploy it, it doesn't work basically at all. It just dies. So we've had to put it back a week. So the bundle was going to be available this weekend, but now sadly it isn't. So it should be available the week after, guys. So a new combat will be put back a week and will be available next week. It's something different. It's an interesting design, different than what we've already got. But I still think that we need something even more different. We've got damage. We've got minions. I know this, although this is different, it's not massively overpowered. And I think that since the release of Top Shot, no combat has really even got near to that. It's got nowhere close. And I think we need to release some more combats that are at least up to that standard in some way. I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't see why we can't have a combat that does double damage against resource buildings. And right now, people might think, well, that doesn't sound that good. It makes your bot do double damage against resource buildings. But I tell you, when these added HP come in eventually, and people are starting to time out on bases because of wall HP, then, you know, anything that gets you through the base faster. You know, I mean, Top Shot, you need to balance it so it does more than Top Shot against resource buildings to get you through faster. And it'd be a good thing to put in the mix. You know, add something else as well, maybe. I mean, just resource building might not be the best idea. But, you know, we need something a bit different now and something a bit highly powered in terms of combat. I've said this in the past that the way I see the game going is that we need to progress 4-stars now so that new 4-stars are better than old ones. New content should always be better than old content, and that's the way I feel. Because if you don't progress, I mean, look at the 5-star batches. I mean, we can look at that, but wrong thing. Give me a second. Looking at the 5-star batches, they've definitely increased over time, without a doubt. I mean, batch 1 at the time, when it came out, don't get me wrong, everyone was like, wow, this is absolutely amazing. Batch 2 wasn't a huge improvement on batch 1, but it's okay. And then batch 3. I think 1 to 3 were quite standardized, really. They didn't push any boundaries. But then batch 4, which you can't see, could got all the bots. Hence, that's it all, really. Uh, Pushed a lot of boundaries. You know, when we had the likes of Elita, which was a surprise blaster, who I still use my war team now. Sludge is still relevant in the game. Those sort of bots were, incredible additions to the game. And then Legacy 5 even progressed. I'd say even maybe not as hit the heights of 4, but they still progressed in terms of giving bots like Warpath 5-star, which was crazy at the time. Rodimus increasing huge amount of damage. Even Snarl at the time was crazy good. And now RC and Perceptor come back to their own, so we've progressed again. And then obviously 6 at the time wasn't considered that good, but looking at it now, it is pretty decent. And since then, that's when the playtesters got involved on batch 7. I think 6 we started getting involved. We didn't push the boundaries though when we first started off, and then obviously 7. We all know how good 7 is. For me, the best batch in the game, and then even 8. I think 8 is hugely underrated. I would really put it up there with batch 7. And the 5-stars have progressed recently to really push the game to the fact that people are pulling these bots and replacing, older bots and don't want to sort of pull from these batches really and want all these new bots. That's the way 4-star should be. A new 4-star should, if you've got a team of 4-stars, a new 4-star should come out and you should think, whoa, this guy is so much better than X. Whatever bot it is, he's so much better that I've got to have this guy. It is honestly worth getting him, investing in chasing him, and then spending on leveling him and putting the time into him because he is that much better. And there's too many bots that are released now where you look and go, well, yeah, they're probably slightly better, maybe. I mean, you can look at Beast Wars Ironhide and say, yeah, he's better than Cliff Jumper, but no one really uses Cliff Jumper. So why do you want to make a bot that's better than a bot that's irrelevant? Look at the bots right now that are 4-stars and bring out a new bot. I mean, looking at some 4-stars that don't have 5-star versions that could do with being better. So Cosmos, yes, hacks in the air. So I presume you've got Perceptor, but why not bring out a bot that's better than Cosmos that hacks for for 20 seconds, but deals 80% of their damage, a bit like Blades does. I mean, I suppose you've got Blades in a way, but yeah, as well the game's progressed, a 4-star Blades is better than a 4-star Cosmos. I get that, likes of Straith, and we've got Sensius. Why we've got Laser Optimus, but why can't we progress that further? We could progress that even better. Why not? We've got Sideswipe, who does blocks 8% damage and does glass gas. Why can't I make that 50%? Bring out a new bot that has 50% glass gas, has a bit better range. People will definitely get that. I would in a heartbeat. We've got Tigerhawk and Swoop. Why can't we bring out another bot that does that, but maybe in a larger area that hits more? There's so many bots that are half decent that they could so much improve on. That's why I was disappointed with Grapple. I thought it could be so much better than Rook, and for me, he's just quite similar in terms of stats and in terms of how much the mind survives and what it does. It was just too similar to Rook, to the point where you're like, yes, Grapple gives me a bit of a advantage over Rook, but my Rook, let's be honest, is level 62 because he's that good. I'm not going to get a new bot to 62 to give me an extra 1 second. It isn't worth the investment. But if Grapple was worth an extra 5 seconds from Rook, you think, well, an extra 5 seconds, that could be pretty decent. That could be worth the investment. He'll have more health than Rook. He'll have more DPS than Rook. He'll have a longer ability than Rook. You're like, this guy is definitely better than Rook. I'm going to invest in him. And yes, Sharks, yeah, I like Rook. I like Grapple. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Grapple is bad for 1 minute. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a bad bot, because he's not. But what I am saying is that he's not that much better than Rook to level him from level 1 to 62, which I think my 4-star is at, I think. I mean, yes, I got the 5-star, but I'm talking about people that haven't got all the 5-stars and struggle a bit. 62. Yeah, so why would I get 4-star Grapple all the way up to 62 to get a very minor improvement. That's why I haven't got Tiger Hawk. Tiger Hawk, apologies, Tiger Hawk is better than Swoop, without a doubt. And my Tiger Hawk is level 47. Why? Because yes, he is better than Swoop, but my Swoop's already at 59.10. So why would I invest in the bot? To give me a slight advantage more. It's not worth it. Why would I invest in Strafe over Sentius when he's probably slightly even inferior or slightly better, but I've already got Sentius at a high level. And there is some bots in there that are decent bots, but I simply won't level them. Like Grapple is a good bot. Like Letter Optimus because I've got Sentius. Yes, the 5 stars different beast, granted. Scattershot when you've got Skylinks. Why bother? You know. Even Hoist when you've got healers that already do that for you. Wheeljack's ability is better than Hoist hands down. So why? There's plenty of examples of decent bots that could have been better. This is why I'm constantly complaining to Space Ape about bots and about how good they are. And I want to come on stream. I want to say to you guys, listen, this guy is amazing. This guy is unbelievable. This guy is that good. He will fit in some top tier teams. You want to go and get him. People go like, oh, you can't have a 4-star that's better than a 5-star. No. He'll have less damage. He'll have less HP. Yes, he will be slightly inferior, but look at Trax. Yes, it's overpowered. But then when you've got a bot like that, what happens? The playtesters will come together and go, right, okay, this bot is really superior in every way. How can we make it so this bot is not inferior? Hence what we're not so superior. Hence what we're doing with Goldfire now. Goldfire, we are working our way to combat Goldfire so it's not as powerful. And then we've got everything that accounts for most things in the game. And when you haven't got a counter for something, we'll bring out a counter for it. And like I said, you might say, oh, well, you've got these, force field disruptors for Trax. That leaves it open for stun. Well, I'll have a stun build bot. Okay, well, I'll use Trax. I'll use AoE, what is healing build bots. So maybe I'll use something else. There should be a counter for everything. We're going to get anti-hack build bots probably eventually. And that, again, is a way to deal with Blades because it's overpowered. And, I want it, I want it so there's counters for everything. But every bot is relevant, especially newer bots are better than older ones. Why buy bundles, new bundles, when the bots are inferior to old ones? And that's by, I can see Berserk has put, they make it impossible to chase specific bots. We have said as playtesters that the shards are too high. We've already said that the shards should be at 5,000. I mean, the problem as well is that the bot bundles are split up as well, which halves the shard value. So it's a bit of a interesting one from Space Ape. I mean, yes, they've doubled the crystals. I mean, not there. I mean, that's quite poor. I mean, I'm quite surprised there because the one that we had double the value. Whereas, yeah, for $20, you had 40 crystals at one point. And that was impressive. That's where it should be. Double the crystals. More of a chance. But you've only got the same chance before as one bot. You got the same chance getting 2. But the shards have been halved. That's the problem. And the shards economy for me is totally wrong. I think they said it's like £300 to get a 4-star for $300. £300 to get a 4-star through shards is ridiculous. And I know that the ape said, listen, we're not doing this as something to chase. It's a bit of an extra, but people are gonna chase it because it's there. It's like a big carrot dangling above people's heads, for people to chase. And it's too much. If it's 5,000, that comes $200, and even then it's 200. It's too much. But 2 big bundles will guarantee you the bot. Personally, I understand that Space Ape don't like guarantees. I kind of get that. I understand because it's a gotcha game. In gotcha games, there's very little guarantees. It's all about chance to prolong all the content. I understand that. That's not going to change. They're not going to give any guarantees out. But personally, In China, they've done it in the past that if you buy $100 bundle and don't get the bot, they will gift you the bot from $100 bundles. And I don't think $100 for a bot is over the odds. I don't think that's crazy. Because let's be honest, then you've got to level it as well, which can cost as well. So I think $100 on the grand scheme of things is too much, but compared to what it is now, $300, it definitely needs bringing down. And I'd like to see it at 2,500 shards. Personally, I would like to see it at 2,500, maybe 3,000 shards, because if you get 2,500 shards in a big bundle of one bot, because obviously these are halved. So if it's one bot and you get 2,500 shards, make it 3,000, then chances are that you've got to get that bot and open all the crystals, and chances are you'll probably get it through the 3 stars and 2 stars that you get. And then a 3 stars a bit of a celebration because you want 250 extra shards to get the what it is, 500 shards to get the bot. So that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see shards at 3,000 shards to get a bot. Individual crystals, not doubled up like this, to get it, and that's pretty much guarantees it. Let's be honest, if you open all the crystals. But what I think of the game and what Space they think of the game and their system and how it works, obviously two totally different things, and it is what it is. But yeah. But in terms of the war effects, going on to that again, so I touch upon it. Like I said, it's come along real nicely. And I know that the game is a bit stale at the minute in terms of at the top end of the game. I mean, a lot of these wars are going 12,000 now. I mean, let's have a look. So to give people an idea what's happening at the top end of the game, because I see some people saying, "Oh, top end guys are complaining again." So psyops, we fought the other day and lost, I think it was. Yes, you can see there that the scores are going crazy. This is a wall that we both went all out on, and to drop 240 points between your whole alliance is crazy. You can see there. Look again. If you drop more than 300 points, you've lost. And 300 points in a whole alliance is, absolutely crazy. And it's not just us. I mean, you can look at One Prime as well. Look at their war history. You can see there that crazy scores of 11,900, 11,600. That was quite low for them, to be fair. 11,900. 11,500. So and then looking at the likes of Ark Asylum, their war history. Another top war, 11.5, 11,900, 11,600, 700, 800, 600, crazy, crazy scores that shouldn't be that high. They need to reduce the scores down by making people drop more. And the way to drop more is by making it harder. With some crazy scores. It hits a point now where people are expecting perfection. People are expecting, to get 300. And if you don't, there's a problem. And that's where the game's gone, sadly, so it needs to progress at the top level. How I tell, I'll just go through the chat and answer a few questions. So, Berserk said, just make bundles worthwhile and more will buy. I totally agree. I totally agree. Better than small percentage of players trying. And that's what I call power creep in terms of the games. And what I mean is, in terms of power creep, is the game will always progress. So that, again, new content is better than older content. So the game will progress and become, so that newer bots are better than olders, and HP increases DPS and things like that. But also the economy becomes more relaxed. You get more for your money, and that's a catch-up mechanic. So if I was starting the game today and I wanted to get to this level, it would cost a lot less than what I spent. That's the way the game should be. And we always said that nothing should be unavailable to low-level players, just harder to get or takes longer. And that is prevalent for a lot of things, but not everything. And I think that needs to be a bit more balanced. Hammertails bring up more bundles like the new joiner bundle. Let's be honest though, that was crazy value, so I don't think they're gonna do more bundles like that at that price point. But it was a great bundle. Autobot Phil paying $100, even if guaranteed, is outrageously high price, something you don't own at the end of the day. Yeah, true. It's illegally electronic information, and when the game goes by, so does the content you bought. Yeah, that's a very good point. That's why maybe even then it is high, but you'd be amazed. So I'm gonna say something here now that Space Ape obviously have a lot of outgoings, and people don't realize how much outgoing Space Ape have. Yes, they have to pay Amazon for the servers. They have to pay Hasbro um, for um, for the rights to use the game, and they have a big say in that. So every single bundle they buy, so say out of them $20, $3 might go to Amazon for the service, say. Another $3 might go to Hasbro. So all of a sudden it's $14 that they're making out of $20. It's 14. And then once you pay then, staff wages, once you pay for the game's upkeep, things like that, you work it out that honestly they make about $8 out of a bundle. It doesn't all go in Space Ape's profit. Yes, they do make a profit, no doubt, and they make good profit. But I've been told a few things that I don't want to divulge because I've been told this in confidence. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. But from what I've heard, Hasbro are pretty relentless um, in their monetary. How can I word this carefully? Um, in their, I'm trying to think of a word without giving it away. Um, I think their morals are quite wrong in some senses that their monetary demands in certain situations are quite outrageous from what I've heard. But that's something else. Like I said, I can't really say. But it's just an accusation. I've got no proof, no evidence of it, and I don't want to annoy Hasbro, that massive conglomerate. But Hasbro are, I think, the bad guy in all this. To be honest with you, and I feel a bit sorry for Space Ape in that sense. Um, but yeah, Space Hasbro demand a big cut out of all the bundles that Space Ape sell. So you got to keep that into consideration, guys. Um, Progressive rarity would make it worth cracking crystals, make bots more rare when you open or dupe them so they repeat less. Yeah, but the problem with that, Berserk, is that some people like me want dupes. So I kind of get it that it's frustrating at lower levels, but that's why for me, they should maybe look at increasing the chance of said bot. I mean, I was talking with Grind Time, who, by the way, was asked earlier, um, who said that who warring. So I did answer earlier, but I'll answer it again. We're warring Ark Asylum, so you know. But as Grind Time said to me, he was chasing Cup basically. He's G1 core, and he spent whatever, and he finally got a dupe Cup and got like a vitality core. I was fuming, and I was like, "Write to Space Ape, go and write to them, and go and tell them how annoyed you are, because I'd be the same. If you chase it, I mean, I did it. I was chasing Scattershot, and I pulled a 4-star Silverbolt dupe. What? I was chasing Scattershot, and I finally get a 4-star and get Silverbolt, and I was like, I understand odds, I understand how it works, but come on. Come on, man. I mean, you can't do that to people. When they finally get that foresight, having such a low chance of them getting the wrong bot. So for me, I said that for me, when you buy a hot rod bundle, there should only be hot rods in there. That's it. All you get is hot rod. When you buy a Skylinks bundle, the only bot in there is Skylinks. You can't get any other bot, and that makes it so much easier because you're only getting X bot, and that makes the shards easier for that bot as well and more desirable. There is something they could do, but again, it's all around the gotcha system you know. And I would recommend everyone to go onto YouTube and look up Space Ape Varsity. I think it is. I'm gonna look up myself now and just make sure what it's called. Um, I'm sure it is. Give me a second and I'll find this. I'll even put I'll even put it in the chat. I'll put a link to it in the chat. The videos that I saw, and it sort of says about how they operate and how they sort of perceive games and how it works. And let me have a look. I'm trying to find this a minute. Here we go. Let me just share this a minute to the chat. Share. Nope. Try again. Nope. Why won't it let me share it? I think it's just lagging a bit. I think it's the stream. I think share. Copy. Paste. There we go. I recommend everyone to go and check that out. It talks about how Space Ape operate, how they keep their games competitive, little sort of snippets of why they do things, and it opens your eyes a lot on the things they do and why they do it. And some of these things they've sort of gone away from in a way. But yeah, I recommend going checking out the Space Ape Varsity. Going, and these are classroom sessions that they did for uni students who are looking for careers in game development and things like that. And yeah, again, it opens your eyes. So I'd recommend everyone go and check them out. It's one of the first things I did quite a while back when I was looking into drop rates and why they have drop rates and why the game operates like it does. And it does sort of, like I said, give you some understanding. It really does. But we are going to do a bit of Zen farming now, if that's all right with you guys. Just finish off. Unless you want to talk about, is any other sort of things you want to talk about in the chat, then pop it in the chat. I did see someone earlier said, who have I got ability 11? I've got Blaster ability 11. I've got Rook ability 11. I've got Sea Spray ability 11. I haven't given it Bumblebee yet. I need to test it and see if it's worthwhile before I invest that kind of spark. I've got Ratchet ability 11. I've got Wheeljack ability 11 as well. I've not given it to Jetfire yet. It's a bit too random, which I said in testing. I said I weren't a keen fan of it. But yeah. I just realised as well that I actually won that last battle without 5-star Top Shot in there as well because I dropped him out. So consider that as well. That I didn't have 5-star Top Shot in there, which is a huge miss. It really is. I'd have to rejig him somewhere. And I've also got Tracks at ability 11, the only 4-star that I have at ability 11, which again says a lot. So if you've got Tracks, then I would seriously consider even investing in the 3-star. The 4-star gets in most 5-star teams, so the 3-star will get in most 4-star teams in a heartbeat. And here's a discussion that's a bit of a touchy one. Sparkling water. Would you drink sparkling water? There you go. Here's a question. Because someone in my work said it is like drinking pins and needles. But I prefer it to still water, strangely enough. But people really criticize me for drinking. I get criticized for drinking out of a bottle. I get criticized for drinking fizzy water. I can't win. Everything I do, I get criticized for. Yeah, while we're in the chat as well, I've been toying with an idea. Does anyone play Clash Royale? What do you think of the game? I've been playing it sort of here and there for a few years, on and off, and I've started getting really into it. Jake started playing it, and I'm thinking about streaming it as well as COD. I'm thinking about turning my Sunday stream into a gaming stream where Wednesday I will do Earth Wars regardless, and that will stick. And then Sunday we'll do Call of Duty. We might do Clash Royale. We might do Earth Wars. Might do a bit of all of it. Who knows? It might be, I might stretch the Sunday stream out to be longer. I'm not too sure what to do yet in terms of because I want to plan for something other than just Earth Wars and play other games. So if you got any recommendation for other games as well that we can stream as well, let me know. Send me a DM. But yeah, I do like Clash Royale, and it's a good game that you can play with friends, and it's quite a quick game because you can enter a game, you can you can be done in a few minutes, like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes per game, and it's very it's very quick to go through matches, and you can play quite a bit in time. Let's be honest, this game, the problem is that if you don't have coins, you don't have cells, it's very slow to stream this game. It's a hard game to stream. So yeah. Altus Maximus Clash Royale seems like a slow game. Not really. I mean, if you buy the battle pass, again, I've said that Earth Wars are a battle pass. But yeah, Eddie Lee, it's two tankers you in no quick match. Uh, what? Clash Royale? Clash Royale is very quick. Do you mean Clash of Clans? I mean Clash Royale. Clash Royale is very quick. You search for a game within 10 seconds you got a game, and games last 3 minutes or so. So very quick. Considering Earth Wars, I mean once you've done a few attacks, you're stuck really. Um, yeah, I played Clash of Clans for quite a while, and yeah, enjoyed it. I just find Clash Royale a bit quicker. That's what it is. Easy to stream. You want games that are easy to stream that you can play constantly. And Earth War, sadly, that's its pulling power of why people spend on the game because it staggers your progression quite a lot without cells and coins. But the likes of Clash Royale, you can play consistently. You know. But yeah, if you've got any questions in the chat, guys, it could be about anything at all, anything game related, anything else. You got ideas for other games that I can look up? Then yeah, stick it in the chat. I'm not gonna do a war attacks on the PC because it's not as quick as my device, and I don't want a chance to think I do all my wars on my phone because the fastest device that I've got, there's zero lag, and I don't want to take any chances. So that's why we're not doing war in stream. And I'm gonna do a bit of Zen farming. So I have gone through most of my top bots already. So Zen farming, I think I've got about about 180k already. With a couple of days left today and tomorrow. So yeah, you can see that I put all bots in there that can pretty much solo a zone with the help of a combiner. But now we're struggling for bots that can do zone 13. Sea spray, I don't think he can. I don't think so. We can always try though. We can always try through pathing. But then we're gonna look at our 3 stars, so 3-star cup, and then 3-star elite as well. Gonna use Omega Supreme for this one because I tend to use my lower level combiners for my better bots, and then use Omega Supreme for low level bots. So yeah. Laser83 has put Beat Star is okay when streaming. Beat Star's not my kind of game, I'll be honest with you. I was never into Guitar Hero. I play guitar, and if I want to play guitar, I'll go and play guitar. I don't need to play a computer game where you press a load of buttons, and then someone thinks they can play the song better than me who can actually play it on guitar. That was quite frustrating that someone was like, "Oh yeah, I could play whatever song," and I'm like, "Yeah, when a computer game where you tap some things, that's not playing the song really." Oh yeah, and then I think what really turned my point was someone said, "Well, sure, it's the same as playing guitar." I was like, "No, no, no, it's not. No, don't, please don't, please don't say that. Please, honestly, when people think that they, playing guitar is the same, you know." Matt Pauly has asked, "What guitar kit do I have?" I have 3 guitars. I have a Fender Teleporter acoustic. I have a Squire Strat. If you know the guitars, you know what all these are. I have a Squire Strat with a floating trem that's been customized, and I also have a Epiphone SG as well. Epiphone Custom SG, blonde colour that I got for my 21st birthday, I think it was. And yeah, I've got numerous pedals and things like that. I don't play any bands anymore or anything like that. Um, I'm happy just doing what, practicing a bit here and there, playing a bit and impressing my son. But yeah, I played a guitar a lot back in the 90s. I think it was the thing to do. And I was half decent. I was all right. I was nothing amazing, but yeah, it's a very good hobby to pick up. Always impresses the ladies. I mean, I remember once I was in work. Obviously, I work in a bar. For those that don't know, I thought everyone knew by now. Um, and some guy said, "Can I leave my guitar here? I'm on a night out, and I don't want to leave it." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, sure, yeah, leave it here with me. That's fine." And I went in the office, started playing the guitar in the office, just playing guitar with a few friends. And we're all like, "I don't know, you can play guitar?" I was like, "Yeah." We had a bit of a jam in the office. Pretty cool. William Edward Hatman says that he plays Total Annihilation and Total Annihilation Kingdoms. I'll check it out. Super Scott has asked, who is the best combiner? It's close between Omega Supreme and Computron. It really is close. And considering that, Omega Supreme's a 5 star, it says a lot, really, doesn't it? Matt Polish, but can you solo You Got the Touch live for us? Um, Probably have practiced it, yeah, but no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not that good. My stepbrother is. My stepbrother's a great guitarist, has his own YouTube channel as well. And does his own sort of, he does his own jazz sort of songs that people can use in the backgrounds and jam along to and stuff. Very knowledgeable guy. Knows a lot more than me about guitar anyway. Let's try Sea Spray, see how this goes then. Obviously, this is a 4 star sea spray, so it's not going to do the same impact what a 5 star does. Take that out there. And like I said, don't forget, guys, this is a 4 star as well, don't forget. Good drop the combine, I'm going to have to. Do I always do a Mega's 4 stream before the 5 star? It depends what I'm surrounded by. I think I'm going to use a 5 star at this point now because it's quite clustered. Depends if I want to take out one defense or whether I want to take out multiple. Because there's quite a few around me now. But make sure you get the 5 star off because obviously you get added bolts afterwards, so it's very important. But I want to take key defense out there, hence why I'm doing that. I don't want the bot to walk over this way. I'm going to take this out here as well, I think, because I don't want that to force him over near this way. Again, all about pathing. So look, I'm pathing Sea Spray up there now. We we put this to the right post there though. I think I might put that one there though. Oh no, Sea Spray. Back out. We're not gonna win that. We tried. Um, Autobot Phil's a bassist. Let's start a band. It's quite hard when we could be other side of the world maybe. Joseph Trillo's put, is it Star Trek Day today? I've never been a Star Trek fan personally. I don't mind Star Wars, but I'm not a Star Trek fan. Definitely not. Do they still celebrate ST Day after what Abrams and Kurtzman did to the franchise? ST Day. What's ST Day? Don't know. Do you slap at the bass? Slap bass is yeah. I tell you what I really like. This is going to show a bit of a. I do know what I'm talking about. Mark King at level 42. I was always impressed with him. In slap bass. I think he was one of the pioneers of early days, and he's a really good bassist. You had a lot of good guitarists back in the 80s, but it's sort of a dying trade now, being being a good guitarist. We got Outpost Popped. Tech9 has asked, what is the best combiner for defensive ability? Again, either Omega Supreme or Computron, depending. Because you got to remember that Computron hacks combiners and hacks bots, so yeah, absolutely crazy. But Omega Supreme's lightning does a crazy amount of damage as well. I mean, I'll try and get it up for you. I can show you after this. I don't want to spoil my Zen fan, but after that, I can sort of show you my combats, but my combiners, I mean. But yeah, 5,000 damage. Omega Supreme's 5-star part does after death. So you can see here, watch this. That he will take out some defenses when he dies. So I'll put a bit of glass gas down there, do a bit of damage on them. And what I'll do is I won't focus on up there with Ryan. I'll focus down here. So watch the lightning bolts. There you go, bang, done. Another one down. I think you should take that one out straight away. I think. There you go. Yeah, look, 5k damage. So yeah, still crazy good. Oh, Star Trek Day. Oh, I'm sure they do. There's still some huge fans of Star Trek Day. It's a huge, huge franchise. You want to call it that, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's huge, and it's Star Trek. Let's be honest. It's not going away anytime soon. So I'm sure they still do. I actually didn't mind the Star Trek film. It's one of them though. I think that people like the Transformers films, don't they? Because they don't really know the actual series and understand it. I think the die-hard fans then get really upset because it's nothing like the original. So I know so many people go like, "Oh, I love the Transformers films." I'm like, "No, they were awful, appalling." But it is what it is, isn't it? You can't please everyone. There's die-hard fans and there's casual fans, and they're two totally different breeds. Um, yeah. I'm gonna take this whole section out, I think, with Omega. So I'm gonna try and do anyway. Hmm. Do 5-star ability. And I'm thinking that the 5-star ability should take these out because they're the nearest defenses to where I did the 5-star ability. Um, but them two then. Oh, there you go. Too late. It's already done it. There we go. And the good thing is when you got a HQ 15, there's no HQ cores, so you could literally drop pretty much any half decent bot. I mean, this cup is level 53, I think, 3-star. But you can see there's no HQ core, so easy win. Um, Last Cyan has said, so should I go for 1 out of 3 chance of Wheeljack with Windblade and Stormclash left? No, Skyburst. I'll forgive you though, they do look very similar. Windblade and Skyburst left. Yeah. I'll shoot my first shot at 8. Yes, I would definitely go 8 in a heartbeat. Wheeljack is good. You've got Ratchet though. I won't worry too much, but I'd definitely go 8. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Michael Bay is such an interesting director. No, 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 no. Michael Bay. People won't see robots that look like a cartoon. Bumblebee, hold my drink. It can be done. It can be done. Let's have a look. I'm gonna try and use Rook on this one. I'll show you how you can solo with Rook. The only issue is the wall. That's the only issue with Rook. The only issue with Rook really is time. And that is how you solo with a 5-star Rook in zone 13. um, William Wilkins asks, what power core can I equip Rhinox with? I would definitely try for his G metal. Definitely. Very, very good bot on defense as well with the G metal. And or G1 core in general, but that's what I'm going for. I've just pulled the G1 before I pulled Rhinox, just randomly. When they're giving away the 4-star Beast Wars character, I got the G Metal core. Got a minute left to use it. Let's see what else. Who else can we put on here? We've got Chromia, she can solo. We've got even Goldfire can solo as well. I think then we're struggling a bit. I think we've got Starsaber up there as well. He could do it, yeah. Get some options. I really hate that the building area aren't equal on both sides. Yes, SG Soundwave. Base design is a nightmare because of it. We always said that. You can't tell if it's central or not, and you can't make it totally central. Yeah, it's frustrating. Okay. We'll go with Blaster, I think. Let's show what Blaster can do. Ability 11. Watch his minions. Just watch the minions, nothing else. So I put one lot minions down. I haven't put anything else down yet. So let's put one more down. One more lot of minions. Oh yeah, I got Quintus on to fair. Yeah, yeah. Look at that Tyrax damage. Look at that. His health going up. Crazy amount. Look at that. Look, you can see, look, go back to full health. All he has is 5-star Tyrax and ability 11. And you see there that he does not die. Solo. Crazy, crazy good. Is a transmetal a G metal? No, the transmetal is like a G1 core. I'll show you now. I'll show you mine. Mine's level 1 to fair. I haven't leveled it yet. But when I get when I get not Chromia, when I get Rhinox level 61, so I'm leveling this weekend to level 60. He'll be going the cooker, and then leaderboard weekend I will get him to maybe 63. That's the plan. It's a big weekend for me though, leaderboard weekend. I think I might be taking most of it off. Hope we're scoring high. It's a huge weekend in terms of work for me, so I won't be doing too much points wise. I'm gonna smash mine one day and then leave it at that. That's the plan for Leaderboard weekend. But yes, so it's going to bot specific cores and then transmetal Rhinox core. So it restores 1.1% health every 5 seconds. When your health drops below 40%, you imprison nearby foes in your life stealing vines for 6.3 seconds. But once you upgrade that, just going to show you. So you can see there that basically that is like stun, basically. So you can see that with these transmetal, you basically stun bots for 20 seconds, basically. So that's one core that I may put in an outpost and may even max out. Sorry, 12 seconds, not 20 seconds. That's what I said 20. 12 seconds. So it regenerates 3% health, and, stuns for 12 seconds in a way because it traps them in his vines. So a very good core for Rhinox. And to be honest with you, that's probably the last content I was very, very happy with is that core. And obviously, Optimus Primal's core as well was really good. So it restores 2% health every 5 seconds. Every time he jumps, he receives a shield, which reflects 34% of the damage back. This is only at level 11 as well, for 6 seconds. So a very good core for Optimus Primal. Along with him, ability 11 as a 5-star is quite considerable. That when I pulled that, if I got a G metal like that, I'd consider pulling him. I'd consider pulling him if he had his bot specific cores at G metal, and I had enough sparks to get to ability 11. I think I'm actually spark deprived, and I've got 2 million. But I know there's people out there that are living on the breadline in terms of spark. But yeah, I could do a bit more. What have I got combat spark wise? 320k is not too bad. That's all right. I've got enough there. Combiner spark, I'm now poor. I've upgraded my Computron to level 19, so I've only got 200k left. But yeah, we've got Omega at level 21. So looking at his stats, so Glass Gas Ball does 3,000 damage, 3,500 damage target, and 2,000 damage around it, and twice the wall. So good at opening walls up. First 50 seconds, you receive 50% movement speed, 50% damage reflection. On upon death, applies the effects to your bots, so they get extra movement speed and more damage reflection, so more like a shield in a way. Again, good as DPS increases, that helps them. But that's the big one there. The bolts of deep space energy hit targets once, dealing 5,000 damage after death. So, quite considerable damage. And then we've got Computron. So Computron, 3-star ability, does 3,200 damage to your final target. Freeze foes on the way for 10 seconds, dealing 140 damage per second. If a frozen building is destroyed, it will shatter, slowing down foes. And then you've got target defense of bots or hack their optics, causing 4,200 damage over 8 seconds. And it's the big one. Hack defenses, bots, and combiners, except for Lyle Kaiser. He can't be hacked. In a large area for 15 seconds. And increase their speed by 50%. So, if you look at that, and other foes receive 2,800 damage as well. So look at this. So it increases the speed by 50% and hacks for 15 seconds. So keep that in mind. Looking at blades. So blades hacks for 11.4 seconds at 80% of their speed. So blades hacks make the bots only do 80% of their speed. So it's 20% reduction of the damage they normally do. And think about how much damage blades does. And then looking at Perceptor, which is pretty low down. Not a big fan of Perceptor personally. But where's Perceptor? I think it's around level 51, it's must around here somewhere. There he is. 52 even. So hacker defense, make it attack other defense with double attack speed, but 75% damage. So these bots all have a sort of negative side to them. Double attack speed but only 3/4 of the damage. So double attack speed is 150% of their damage. That's similar to Computron for 9 seconds. I think it goes up to about what? Yeah, about 12 seconds. But Computron's a huge. This hacks one defense. So Computron hacks an area. So Computron is ridiculously good, and I'd recommend anyone that has 4-star Computron to invest everything you have in him. Honestly, he is that good. Let's be honest, 5-star Omega, it's quite difficult to get. It's quite, almost impossible for lower end players to get. Now they missed that event. And so Computron is definitely a good alternative for everyone to invest in, and would recommend that you do, honestly. So we'll be doing some regular giveaways in my Discord server if you are in there, and it's fun to do these sort of off the cuff giveaways. So we are literally gonna do one right now. So I'm gonna give some codes out to some people that I don't see a lot of in the chat. So I'm gonna give a code to Super Scott. Super Scott, if you've got Discord, then find me on Discord, Sunstreaker Wozza SSW, and I'm sure someone will have me, someone you know on Discord. Message me and I will give you a Sunstreaker Wozza Stash Crystal. Tech9, hit me up. You can have one as well. You can have a Sunstreaker Wozza Stash Crystal. I'm going to give one to Action Whale just because his artwork was so cool last week. You could get one too. Infinity Cubed, if you hit me up as well. Charlie Mecha, you can hit me up as well. GobX, see if there's anyone else new to the stream that I can see. And Last Cyan as well. I don't know if I see you here that much as well. But yeah, if you all hit me up on Discord, everyone that I've just mentioned, just say hi, I'm such person from YouTube. Hey, you said I could have a stash crystal, then I will throw you a stash crystal, guys, just for tuning in. And anyone else, don't forget that we do regular giveaways in Discord, just off the cuff sometimes. So yeah, hit me up on Discord if you just shout your name out. Other than that, don't worry, guys, we're going to be doing giveaways throughout the month. And we've got the giveaway to Platinum members end of the month, and we're going to be giving some more codes throughout the weekend in Discord. So join the Discord server. The link is in the chat. As always, guys, don't forget to be, hit a like on the video before you leave. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, we're still trying to hit 4,000 subs. It's still touch and go whether we'll hit that or not. It's getting close now. It's getting real close. So don't forget, if you haven't subscribed already, guys, spread the word, spread it out to your alliances, let them know what we're doing, and if they've got any questions, then tell them to come and hit me up in stream anytime they like. And that's about it, guys, from me. Make sure you tune in to Engineer Hoist's stream later on. I think it's in about an hour and a half time, I think. I'm sure if you go on YouTube and type in Engineer Hoist, you'll find him, no doubt. Don't forget to check in on Grind Time stream. He normally streams on a Sunday, but I know he has got a few things planned in the pipeline and that. But yeah, make sure you check out Grind Time stream. Obviously, Soldier, who I noticed in the chat as well. And anyone that covers this game, go and check them out, guys. The more you support them, then the more you can get stash crystals and win some competitions. So yeah, go and support your content creators. Hit a like on my video before you leave, though. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. See you on Sunday, and peace out, guys. Thanks, everyone.